Whether you're stuck in traffic, hitting the gym, or just winding down, we are here to spill the hottest tea from your favorite Bravo shows. From the wildest reunions to the quietest social media unfollows, we cover it all. So welcome back to Reality TV Podcast and Clips. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's get into it on 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we have to start with what is, I guess, high-level visual warfare happening between the Vanderpump Rules and the Valley universes.
It really is. It involves Lala Kent, Zach Wickham, and a level of pettiness that is, honestly, it's pretty inspiring.
It is. It's like a masterclass in creating buzz.
Oh, for sure. We're looking at this back and forth that feels almost like a social media chess match, but, with stir tracks instead of pawns.
Exactly. So let's just paint the picture. Lala Kent posts this slideshow on Instagram. It's her and her friend, Michelle Sané.
And these are not your standard, we went to brunch photos.
No, not at all. These are high production, almost editorial shots. I mean, we're talking about an image of them posing naked together in a shower.
Very provocative in the steam and everything. Then there's one on a beach that looks like a cologne ad, and another one where they're super cozy on a boat.
Right.
And the caption. She wrote, "I could go Brad, I could go Angelina," which, of course, just lit the comment section on fire.
Of course.
People were losing it. Fans were asking, is this a hard launch of a relationship? People were saying, is this the couple of the decade? It was all designed to make you ask, are they together, or is this just for attention?
And that ambiguity is the whole point. We talk a lot about queer baiting, which is when creators or networks will hint at a same-sex romance to get engagement.
Right.
Without ever actually planning to deliver on it. It just keeps the numbers super high.
Which brings us to Zach Wickham. Because Zach didn't just leave a snarky comment. He went out, he got Jesse Lally, and they recreated the entire photo shoot.
When you say recreated.
I mean recreated, down to the angle. Yeah. You have Zach and Jesse in this loving embrace, looking into each other's eyes. You have in the shower, yes, on the beach. It's a shot-for-shot remake. And his caption was perfect. And I go, Brad? He goes, Angelina. No queer baiting here.
Wow, so he's taking the subtext and just making it the text.
Exactly.
By using the word queer baiting, he's basically satirizing her whole strategy. He's pulling back the curtain and saying, hey, we see what you're doing and look how ridiculous it is.
But it's also just hilarious. I mean, seeing Jesse, Lally, and Zach trying to look seductive in a shower it's comedy gold.
And the cast reacted. Right.
Oh, yeah. Jasmine Good commented that it was petty with a purpose.
Petty with a purpose is a great way to describe the strategy for Season 3 of The Valley. I mean, we know filming is happening. This isn't random.
No. Sheena loved it, too. She just left a string of skull emojis. But that phrase, petty with a purpose, that really sticks. Everyone is trying to position themselves before the cameras even roll.
That's the modern reality TV world. The season doesn't start with episode 1. It starts on Instagram 3 months before that.
Speaking of performance, let's talk about someone who is literally on a stage. We're jumping over to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Whitney Leave had just made her Broadway debut as Roxy Hart in Chicago.
This is a huge moment. We've seen reality stars go to Broadway before, Lisa Rinna, Erica Jane.
Right.
But for Whitney, this is a massive leap. She's coming off Dancing with the Stars, where she was a semifinalist, so she has the chops. But Roxy Hart is a big deal.
It really cements her as the breakout star. But the real drama wasn't on stage. It was in the audience. Apparently, the whole cast flew out to support her.
Except one.
Except for Demi Engman.
And that's not just a scheduling conflict?
No, definitely not. Demi posted an Instagram story wishing her luck, like, break a leg, Roxy Hart, and my girl. But she wasn't there. And everyone else was at the after party. Which, this wasn't just a regular party, right?
No, this is what you have to understand about these trips. That after party was a filming event for Season 4. There were waivers being signed, boom mics everywhere. It was a set.
So if you're a cast member and you're not there, you're not just missing a party. You're missing a workday. You're missing screen time.
Which is a huge deal. The rumors are that Demi might be exiting the show because of backlash, so skipping a mandatory filming event like this, it feels like the writing's on the wall.
It really does. But speaking of complex relationships, Bronwyn Newport was there, and she gave the cameras plenty to work with.
Oh, she did.
Bronwyn was there with a new guy, a 32-year-old model named Brandon Good. They've been seen in Paris, now at the after party. They've apparently been dating for weeks.
And the craziest part is she's still living with her husband, Todd Bradley.
Yes. She calls it nesting. She's separated from Todd. They were married for 9 years, but they are still under the same roof. She said they're doing it for the dogs.
For the dogs is a new one.
Ugh.
Usually nesting is for kids, to keep their home life stable. Doing it for pets while you're flying to Paris with a model? It suggests something else is going on.
Can you imagine how awkward that is? Coming home from your Broadway date smelling like your new boyfriend's cologne and you bump into your husband in the kitchen?
Well, Bronwyn actually gave some insight. She said Todd hates the show and that BravoCon was this big turning point where she realized she'd be okay without him.
So she's choosing the fame.
It seems that way. It highlights this classic reality TV problem. If one partner wants the spotlight and the other wants a quiet life, that marriage almost never survives the show. Todd is becoming a casualty of the whole ecosystem.
From relationship casualties to financial ones. Let's head over to Potomac. We have to talk about Kiarna Stewart.
The blogs have been digging.
And they found some major receipts. A blogger uncovered that Kiarna filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy back in 2023.
Okay, so it was discharged in June of 23, so the debt's gone. But it's the details in the filing that are raising eyebrows.
It's her job description. In the court documents, she listed herself as an assistant to Greg Diggs, making $2,000 a month. Right, because on the show, the whole vibe is boss babe, empire builder.
Yeah.
But on paper, she's an assistant making $24,000 a year. The math just isn't mathing.
Well, there are a couple of layers here. First, Kiarna came out swinging. She said, bankruptcy is not a character flaw, it's a legal tool. And she's not wrong.
Sure.
She framed it as, she's the first Black woman to own this kind of medical spa in Baltimore, and she's still building.
I get that argument, and good for her for not being ashamed. But the assistant thing, that plays right into the drama with Jassy Rideau, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Jassy has been saying that Kiarna stole Greg from his wife, so if Kiarna is legally listed as his employee, his assistant, it just creates this really messy narrative that validates Jassy's claims.
It definitely muddies the waters.
Yeah.
And speaking of muddy waters, Candiace Dillard Bassett was on Watch What Happens Live, and she did not hold back.
Candiace never does.
Andy Cohen asked her about Monique Samuels returning to the show.
Yeah.
Candiace just said, I know she's back, but I'm not watching. Ice cold. But then he asked her about Giselle Bryant.
Of course.
He asked who she would trust more, Giselle or Rob Roush from The Traitors, a show literally about backstabbing. And Candiace said she would trust Rob with every organ in my body over that thing.
That thing. Wow.
She called Giselle that thing. I actually gasped. That's so dehumanizing. It just shows you how deep that hatred runs.
It's visceral. Usually the shade is playful or strategic. That is just pure disdain.
She also talked about Wendy Osefo's arrest. Apparently, she was prepping for a news segment when she found out. She said she was floored, blown away.
So genuine shock.
It seems like it. It's interesting to see her in this commentator role now. She even defended Lisa Rinna's quiet gameplay on The Traitors, calling it a simulation of murder.
Which is a very Candiace way to put it.
It is. She also said Michael Rappaport's whole loud personality was just a strategy, and he was chill off camera. It really makes you wonder how much of what we see is a strategy.
I would argue almost all of it.
Which is the perfect transition to Orange County, because we have a situation with Ultimate Girls Trip and RHOC that proves just how calculated it all is.
TAMRA judge and Shannon Beador. The big fight.
Right. It happened at a bunco party during the Girls Trip filming, and bunco is supposed to be like the most low-stakes game ever.
But they apparently turned it into a war zone. It got so bad that production made a call that I find just fascinating. They uninvited both TAMRA and Shannon from the season finale at Bluestone Manor.
See, that seems crazy to me. You have drama. Why would you cut the two people causing it from the finale? Don't you want the fireworks?
Normally you would, but you have to look at the show hierarchy. Ultimate Girls Trip is a spinoff. It's for streaming. The Real Housewives of Orange County is the flagship.
Okay.
So if they let TAMRA and Shannon have their huge blow-up and resolve it on the spinoff, by the time RHOC season 20 starts filming, the story is old news.
The story is stale. The audience has seen it.
Exactly. So production basically hit pause. They sacrificed the spinoff finale to save the meat of the conflict for the main show.
That is wild. They're treating a fight like a product that needs to be released at just the right time.
It's strategic asset management. They need that tension for season 20's ratings. So the reality we see on UGT is going to be artificially cut short for business reasons.
It really pulls back the curtain. And speaking of artificial, we have to talk about Teresa Giudice's face.
Ah, yes. The new photos.
Her glam team posted these new shots, and the internet is just confused. I had to double check the account name Fans are saying she looks like a completely different person.
The comparisons were all over the place. I saw people saying she looks like her daughter Gia, or like Khloe Kardashian.
Or Alexia Napola from Miami. It's like she's morphed into every other Bravo star. One comment was just, is there anything left that's real?
It's that heavy Instagram face filtering. It sort of smooths away all the unique features until everyone looks the same.
But the comment that took me out, I literally laughed out loud, was someone who said she looks like the Temu version of Sofia Vergara.
Oh, that's brutal.
It's so devastatingly specific. Because Temu is known for those knockoffs that look almost right, but just aren't. That is a next-level burn.
It's what happens when you over-edit. You just end up looking like a copy of a copy.
Speaking of OGs, let's check in with Alex McCord.
Right. Andy Cohen just had an interview with her, and it was a great look at how much the industry has changed. They talked about the lost season of Ultimate Girls Trip, Morocco?
The one that was filmed but has never been released.
Right.
Alex said it was fun and healing, which is not how she usually describes her reality TV experience.
No, she's usually pretty freaked out. But the most interesting part was when Andy credited her as being like the precursor to all the podcasters now.
Yeah. He brought up her old vlogs where she would recap RHONY episodes and basically call out what was real and what was fake production stuff.
And at the time, Bravo hated that. They didn't want anyone breaking the fourth wall. Now every housewife has a podcast where they do exactly what Alex was doing in 2011.
She was a pioneer. She also said Simon Van Kempen still feels burned and hated by the show.
Which is understandable, but they're getting the last laugh, financially speaking.
Oh my gosh, yes. Their old Brooklyn townhouse, the one everyone made fun of, it's now worth about $6 million.
So while everyone else was buying Birkins, they were sitting on a real estate goldmine. That's the ultimate, I told you so.
Truly. But the New York legacy is continuing in a new way. We have to talk about The Golden Life.
This is the new show with the RHONY OGs, Ramona, Luann, Sanja, Jill, Kelly Benjamin. But the big twist is that it's not on Bravo. It's on E!
A huge shift.
We're seeing the talent migrate.
The whole premise is basically the Golden Girls meets Total Chaos. They're all moving into a house together in Palm Beach, Florida.
The energy in that house is going to be something else.
The press release promises turtle time, unresolved drama, and nonstop hijinks. But why move to E!
I think it suggests that these women, as a brand, have transcended the network. E! is betting that people will follow Luann and Sanja anywhere, even without Andy Cohen. It's a risk, but the nostalgia is really powerful.
It is. So when you look at everything today, there's a real pattern. You have Lala and Zach creating a storyline on Instagram.
Yeah.
You have Kiarna spinning her bankruptcy. You have production literally pausing a fight to use it later.
It feels like the era of documenting reality is just over. What we're watching now is asset management. The cast manages their brands, the lawyers manage the narratives, and the producers manage the conflict.
It's less what happened and more, how can we package what happened?
Precisely. And that leaves you, the viewer, in a weird spot. I mean, with production manipulating timelines like with TAMRA and Shannon, and stars curating relationships for engagement, are we even watching documentation anymore? Or is it just a highly produced soap opera where everyone is in on the game?
That is the question. Are we the audience, or are we just part of the algorithm? I'm going to leave you to chew on that and the mental image of the team of Sofia Vergara as you go about your day. Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll catch you next time.